Hey everybody! We weren't ready yet, but I've readied it up for you because you all came in. Hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. Swifty's still bumping around. Can I what? Yeah, I can put it there. Boom. Yo, Paper Box Size, thanks for bringing folks over. How's everybody doing this morning? Slash evening, slash time zone, slash, you know how it is. Yo.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Oh, you following me?
I'm getting there.
Oh, that means I have to play the thing.
Shit. Minimize my screen by accident.
You minimized your screen.
No.
Swifty.
Yeah.
Popcorn!
No.
I made it into a button.
Popcorn!
Popcorn. So, if you've never been here before, my name is Doig. I'm a small green bear with antlers. You can call me Doig.
And I'm Swift. I'm a small feathery bird without antlers, and you can call me Swift.
And together we are.
Doig.
And
Swift.
and we make stuff together a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Animations, art, comics, and we share the process here on Twitch, but we also go out into the wider world and share our skills on projects you may or may not have heard of.
There we go. I'm alive. Oh, wow. Hi. Hi, everybody. Ah. Hi.
I
Paper
forgot
Box House. How the heck was your stream?
to turn my face on.
What were you up
There we
to?
go.
Tell us everything. Happy Friday, everyone, also. We all made it.
Hands up in chat if you've ever watched the music video for a song called Starlight Brigade.
All right.
Put the hands up.
Okay, Doy.
Put the hands up. Hands up.
Wow. This is how you're doing it, huh?
Scene.
There you go. You got a couple of hands up.
Got a couple.
Mhm.
Well, this little bird right here directed that music video.
I did. I did. And the bear art directed it.
Yeah, so that's who we are. More recently, I art directed on a thing that just dropped on Disney Plus called Kazazimoto. I art directed on one of the films called Makuzi, the Spirit Racer.
Yeah.
It's an anthology that celebrates and takes influence from African I think folktales and culture and legends.
And it's also directed by African directors.
Yeah. So on my film it was Panda and Malcolm Wope. And Panda.
And you guys worked on one called Bakuzi, right?
Yeah, I said that.
I can fly. I can.
You can't fly.
I can. I just have to get a little bit of help from bombs, but then I can do it. Yeah. Fighty Height says Mona and Puffling worked on one of the episodes of it too.
Yeah.
I can guess which one.
I think Mona worked on not a Mala one.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Wow. I was going to guess the other Studio Mallow one. So I would have been wrong. Wrong, but yeah, you should watch it. It's influenced by like Trigger, such as Kill la Kill,
Yeah.
and Rise of the TMNT from Flying Bark.
Yeah.
And Night Runner Magnum Bullets is influenced by that too.
Oh
The
yeah.
thing that we worked on.
Yeah, when I joined the project, there was color and mood boards supplied and crafted by the directors, and on one of the sequences they had references to Magnum bullets, and I was like, "Huh, that's cool."
Huh.
My work, it precedes me.
It's pretty rad. I should make sure that my Twitch is not playing because I have our stream up and I don't have it muted. I'm smart. I'm smart. Thank you guys for all the follows. Really appreciate it. You want to see
No!
Whoa, Amphi. Thank
Back
you so
from
much.
work, sitting down with a beer and some scrungly bird and war criminal bear they died.
War criminal bear.
War criminal bear.
What war crimes have you done, Doig?
Oh, you know, pillaging
Popcorn.
popcorn.
You guys want a tour of our airship? You want to see our ship?
I culled the babies.
I'm like that cat from the meme.
Did you say they want a tour?
Yeah.
Well, you can have a tour. You wanna go?
Yeah.
Wanna go?
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
what's that out there?
Oh, that's my screen.
That's your
It
screen.
looks like I was drawing.
What is that?
What is it? What
Yeah.
could it be? What could I have been drawing?
Oh, it's you.
Take a guess.
It's you.
You take a guess. No one can see it. That's a foot. That's a bird foot. Here.
Yo.
I've been drawing.
That's real cool.
I've been drawing real big out here on the deck.
Yeah.
Just for fun. I
Good
thought I'd decorate our
canvas.
sail.
Good canvas, yo.
Thanks.
They go this way.
Yeah. Oh no. So this is the deck of our ship.
This is the deck. That's the spoiler barrel where we talk about spoilers.
Yeah. That's our room again. You just spin there. That's our propeller. It goes. It helps us to go.
Help!
Oh.
No!
This is the sky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
gone.
I broke it.
He's gone.
I fell off.
He fell off the ship.
Hmm.
Wow. That's okay,
I
Doug.
fixed it.
Don't worry.
I fixed it though.
Hold on, I'm still covered in bits. I gotta go get these off. One sec. There.
Oh.
Oh, there you are.
Ah, you found me.
There you are. I see you.
Well
Oh, I
done.
lost you.
You lost me.
Oh, I lost you. Oh no.
Ah.
Well, you're on your own, Doig.
Starting soon will save me.
Get out of here starting soon. Get out of here. We're starting.
Got some big
happening?
deck energy out there.
It's true.
Thank you.
Thank you for noticing a big deck.
We're gonna get a deck extension.
Yeah.
I saw it
Gonna
in an
make it even
advert.
bigger. We got an email about
Then we got an email
making a
about
deck
it.
bigger.
Yeah.
So we're taking them up
So
on it.
we're yeah. Hi.
I also like big decks. More room to run around. Hey Martina. Good morning. And this is Martina. Martina is our mod. We have 3 other mods who sometimes dip in.
But Martina is
Martina's
a
here.
constant.
With her hammer. She knocked us into the next room. Oh, it's a clip. Oh, there you are.
Ah, you found me.
There you are. You guys remember that when it happened like 10 seconds ago? You remember that? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, you're showing us that it's clipping the mic.
Oh, is it? I didn't notice.
I didn't
the
hear
mic.
it.
Was it Mike's mic?
Should I be back a little bit like this?
When I'm shouting, maybe I should move the microphone a little bit further away from me.
Yeah.
I'm a Mike's mic. Hey, Lady Vignette. Good morning. Ha. I was
Ding.
drawing my my art gym trainer, as you can see.
It's very cool. What's that for?
It's for the weird idea I came up with that we're gonna try and execute, where you can go and do challenges related to gyms, and when you complete the gym, you get a gym badge, just like in Pokemon, except it's for art, and it's to try and help people get better at art. Basically.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And the aim is to collect all of the badges within the short time when you can go and take on the gym challenges.
Where's your line of action that you had in?
It's he.
Oh.
It might change a little bit
It has.
because I forgot. Hold on. Let me put on the sketch. There you are.
Interesting.
So I'll change it to be more like that. As you can see, it's changed a lot from the sketch. Oops. The original. Yeah.
I see.
Are you about to tell me that you like the original better?
I would never.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Pilky says if people like V-Pose, they should watch Lady. I can't speak. They should watch Lady V's stream later today, as she's a very smart bean doing cool stuff in Unity.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Paper Box House and shout out to Lady V as well. I give them both a little shout out. Because Paper Box House is also awesome. Thank you so much for the raid again.
Yeah, that was
Thank
amazing. That got us off for a toast.
So yeah, if people are wondering what we mean by VPO, VPO is what this is. It's what this whole thing is.
A virtual interactive puppet overlay.
Yeah.
We're trying to coin it.
We're trying to pop coin it. So yeah. Lady V is building one of these. Except Lady V's is gonna be 2D. Just imagine. It's gonna be great. Lady V's stream is all night themed and medieval themed.
Super
Yeah,
cool.
Darkfall says otherwise known as Doig Swiftin.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Giving says popcorn.
Popcorn. Yo.
Oh, what's this? Thank you so much, Pilky, for the gifted sub to Lady V. Enjoy your Sonic Worm, Lady V. Use it wisely. We've got a little message from Ben. India woke up.
Oh
She'd
no.
had a child at 17 and they'd had a child at 17. India could be a grandma by now. Something to think about. Only in my nightmares. Only in my nightmares.
No, because how old do you think Swifty is? How dare you?
I'm not old enough to be a grandma yet. I'm not. You couldn't do it. I could only have one child. One child.
One
did,
child.
I did some bad maths the other day. Doug and I were settling down to sleep and we were going to put something on the iPad to help us get to sleep. And I was in a stupid mood, so I was just being real sassy about everything. And we're scrolling down Netflix and there was a program that popped up called 10 times 10. And I was like
10x10.
I was like 10 times 10. I don't need to watch this. That's 20. And Doug was like, no, it's not, Swifty.
No, that's 100.
That's 100, Swifty. I was like,
Obviously needed to watch it.
obviously I can't. 10 times 10, 20. Just like we all know.
You said it with such confidence
I was so
as well.
I was like, yeah, of course.
I don't need to
sure.
watch that. That's 20.
I don't need to watch that. I already know the answer. It's 20.
It's like, I know it's 100. Oh.
Yep. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot how basic mathematics works. You love the energy. Do we have a Discord? We only have like an art and animation Discord, which is more like a group study group. We don't really have one for the streams.
We don't have a parasocial Discord.
We don't. Hey, what are you saying? What are you saying
Nothing.
about other streamers? It's a usual thing now. It's like the normal thing that
We-
people do.
We had Discord before it was cool.
We have a Discord for an art study, and we have Discord for building a VPO like this. We don't have a Discord just for hanging out.
Feel free to make a Doig Swift Discord, but I won't go there.
If there was ever a Doig Swift Discord, I don't think I should be in it because I think then I'd see things and get paranoid. You need those Discords. Okay, we can drop you the animata one, and then if you want the art one, we generally have people email us like examples of work just so we know that they're like serious about coming and improving rather than just coming in for the sake of it. Oh no. Ah. Oh.
Achoo.
Ow, that one hurt me.
That one hurt
It
you.
hit my brain.
How's your nose?
How is mine? What do you mean? What do you mean?
It was bleeding yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was, but not in the way you might think, chat. I had a spot on it, and the spot was like, die! I'll kill you myself! And started bleeding, and I was like, no, stop. I think I must have like scratched it or something.
Do you reckon, or did it just spontaneously combust?
I don't know, but it seems fine now.
She watched Hanuma, and then afterwards I was like, how would you think of that? And turned around and she's just bleeding from the face.
It's like, yeah, wow, it blew my mind. let me link the dis. Oh, in fact, Martina, are you good to link the Discord? Can you pop the Animata one in chat? If you want to email us, you can get us at doigswift@gmail.com. That's our email address.
Don't give our email address away.
It's
They
too late.
they have to hunt it down on our on our YouTube.
It's non-existent. There's nowhere we have it. We realized this the other day. We were like, contact us to someone, and then they didn't. And we were like, well, I guess they never followed through. And then a couple of days later, they were like, you don't have it anywhere. I can't find it. And we were like, that's nonsense. It's on our website.
Nonsense.
And we looked and it's not on our website.
It's not on our
and it's not
website.
on our Instagram. And it's not on our Twitter. And it's not on our YouTube.
It was on the contact page of our YouTube. That was it.
Oh, but it was under the read more thing. So it was like,
Yeah.
there's no way to find us whatsoever. We were
It
like,
was-
oh.
It's been
You
a
know what?
cam 2 years.
That's fair enough. That's fair. That's our bad. I'm still on this.
Dude, I put up that thing on Twitter saying like, oh, look, I worked on this project. And since then, I've gotten like 2 DMs that are like, hey, can I ask you a question? And the other one was like, hey, do you know if there's any like Latin people that worked on any of them so that we can interview them? And I'm like, I don't know.
They're trying to get to other people through me.
I don't know.
I'm not the conduit. I'll see you, Fatiati. Oh, I'm Fatiati. Congratulations on graduating.
Did you get the diploma?
Did you get... Because you know you're not allowed back in here unless you've graduated, right? Yeah. So yeah, I was going to paint a bit of this to finish.
Yeah, go for it.
You're getting a diploma the 12th. You basically got one.
I think
Sorry.
I'm going to work on my eyes.
Your eyes.
My eyes some more.
You want to tell people what you were working on yesterday?
I was working on my eyes and then I worked on a bit of multiplayer. Woo!
Multiplayer. I just deleted all my lineup. Woo!
I'm working my way through a tutorial series to see if I can get. So basically, I got it kind of working, but then so I got it working locally, local multiplayer, not like this, but like over a internet connection. But then I couldn't get the Nat Punch through working, so I'm using Face Punch. I love the name. I'm using Face Punch to piggyback on Steam, but when I got that working, it wouldn't use controllers. So now I've got an app on Steam. What?
Thank you for the gifted sub.
Thank you for the gift sub, Pilgi. I got an app on Steam called Doig Swifting. And I've got controllers working again, but it's not joining the lobby. It's making a lobby, but you can't join it. So I'm following a tutorial that's a little bit different from the other tutorial that I followed to try and get the lobby working. And once I get the lobby working, it should be okay.
And after the lobby, there's the after party. Oh yeah, you guys, I finished the standee.
Oh, look at that.
Here it is. It's ready for Doig to colour it. when he has time. But this is the little standee I did for our comic book that we're gonna hopefully take to Thought Bubble.
So fucking dope, dude.
Thanks, love.
I don't think it needs color. I think it's
You don't
really
think it
good.
needs colour? Okay, it doesn't have to have colour. It's just I thought you might want to colour it.
I feel like if I color it, it'll mess with the read a little bit.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't mess
But
with the
I'll
read.
give it a shot. Maybe I'll go like real pastel-y
Yeah.
with the colors.
It's your choice. You can either go for it or you can not. It's up to you.
How long have
What
we been muted
happened?
for?
How long have we been muted?
How long were we muted for?
We've been talking to you this whole time. Been talking this whole time.
Like 30 sec. Oh, they didn't hear all my questions.
We were streaming so good, guys. Wow.
Let me
you
do it.
really missed like the best part of the stream.
Let me-
That's such a shame.
Let me do it again.
That's such a don't mute it again.
No, let me ask the questions again.
Okay.
Like we were like, oh, yo, thank you, Russell, for the raid, and I was like, thanks for bringing people over. I was like, how
Yeah.
are you? How are
Betsy,
you?
thank you so much for the raid.
How are you, people? What?
Wait, that wasn't who raided, but
That was who?
Russell, dude, thank you so much for the raid. Betsy,
like,
thank you for using the cool emote.
It's like, how is your face? How is your pets? How is your stream? How are you? How is your grandma? I was better the first time.
Yeah, you guys should have been there. It was really good. Anyway, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming over.
How did we get muted?
You must have pressed a button, Doig. It can only have been you.
Could only have been me. Maybe I was
Yeah.
hovering over and I hit space or something.
So well, Swift. This
It
is
was.
Doig.
If you hit space over when you're hovering it. Nope, just that one, I
This
guess.
is Doig. I do art and animation. Doig does everything else.
I butt dialed the mute button, yeah. I do everything else, don't I?
Doig built all of this. And yeah, that's us. We work on art stuff and draw and we animate and we do stuff like that.
Can't believe we were muted for the 30-40 seconds you joined it. Like, oh look, they're really cute. Is this the silent
Oops.
puppet show?
Yeah, Aw, Patman says, I love your little VTuber critters. Thank you very much.
I'm coming
Oh,
for you.
shit.
I'm
Oh,
coming.
shit.
You like this? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Won't like it. Oh, no. That's so terrifying. Oh, this is our mod, Martina. Martina's hanging out today. There are other mods as well. But they're not currently around.
Can't really.
Hey.
I don't think I was just. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm designing myself a little gym leader, Sona. For doing drawing stuff. Ah! Ah!
They got you.
They sure did. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's just what
Got
we'll,
you.
well, we already asked what you're up to. Hey, Hinka! That's Hinka up there. Hi, Hinka, good morning. So yeah, how was Mario Kart?
If I hit this just right.
Who won? A crow male. Did I just hear a crow mail? I didn't see it in chat.
I can't do
Just
the.
heard the
I can't
sound.
do the breakdance.
Oh, sorry, Dirty Rumor. The snapshot thing works for subscribers. We did
Yeah.
it to
Oh, I got stopped.
try.
Martina,
and
you
control-
gotta stop following me, or I can't do the breakdance.
Try and control spam. A to Z. Oh, oh. Thank you for the crow mail.
Almost. I discovered I had the ability to break dance recently, and it's you gotta get your head hitting at the right angle.
Where's your head at? Russell Do said we used to raid you from Boybies, which you called Boy Balls. I do remember that. Mario Kart went well, and by that I mean I did very bad. Sorry to hear that.
Yo!
Who do you main in Mario Kart? You did it, Doig.
I did it. Let's go.
Todd! Where's your head at? Where's your head at?
I got all the moves.
Bean! I tried to catch Barry's drawing stream yesterday, but I couldn't. But I did see that you and I'm still hanging out on it, Todd. And I was sad that I was missing it. Because I was so sleepy. I hope it was a good one. Oops. So I'm doing my usual thing of just colouring this in by hand to give us like a base, and then we'll pop all the colours on top of this. You made a very silly Barry video. That's awesome. What was it? It was like an update video, right? Russell D says I was linked today, but I switched it up because I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot you could play as Link. I only have like the original cast in mind because I don't have any of the DLC or anything.
So I tightened up my eye expression thing a little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Show us your bare face.
So I've got my little Animata Wooga script right here,
Animata Wooga.
and I've got a dictionary of expressions here for the eye expressions. So I've got idle, blink, and wide, and they're on an enum. And then based on, I've got a change eye expression function, and based on the enum that you give it, it changes the textures based on what's on the what's on this script here. And then I've got on my model, I've got expressions, and then on idle I set up what the texture shift would be here, so that I don't have to write express functions for each expression. I just basically set up an expression here, change the texture, and then the buttons down here can change the texture. So unblink and wide. Unblink. And then I also got working these eye slideys for changing the offset. Ta-da. Because that's how eyes work.
Oh, tangentially speaking of Barry, I think India will appreciate this clip. It's really more about Onster. Okay. Let's see it. Pikachu says, guys, I made a very awful discovery yesterday. Turns out I've been doing a frame-by-frame animation job for roughly €8 per hour. I only found out yesterday it is this bad. Oh no, that's such a low payment. €8 an hour.
That's not good.
Is that under minimum wage or just minimum wage?
I don't know what minimum wage is anymore.
Me either. Who are you doing that with? Can you say? You don't have to say if you can't.
Can I have those spin like a slot machine?
I mean, you could, right?
Technically, yeah.
Hey! Minimum wage in the Netherlands is about €12, so you're being completely underpaid. Yeah, you're not even getting minimum wage. I'm assuming this is like a freelance thing rather than like a full-time in-house thing. Are they paying you like per second or per drawing or something? Yeah, indie anime is shown in Colombia. Indie animation is awesome, but sadly not very well paid. Mainly because paying animation is such a time-consuming process that I think indie projects struggle to pay their employees properly, which sucks for the employees. Yeah, you made some awesome animations, so you're happy with that, but I can't pay your monthly bills with this. Yeah, that sucks. Like, well done for making awesome animation. It sucks that you can't pay your bills with it. Maybe you need to find something else. It's the same with a lot of indie animation, I think. Like, I think Lackadaisy and Hell of a Boss will be the same. Like, people tend to work on those projects for the fun and the prestige of it rather than the money. Because I think the money itself you wouldn't be able to live on. I'm happy that they're getting made though, you know? But I wish that there could be a nice balance between the two, where you can still have indie animation, but the animators can be paid enough to be able to live from the work.
Yeah, that's the secret ingredient, secret recipe.
The secret recipe? What is it?
How to make indie animation, but still cover your
Oh,
your
it's the recipe we're
costs.
still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do. I thought my Declan used to have a saying that he would use to judge whether he should take on projects or not.
I'm thinking of another saying that he had, which I'll share in a second.
Okay. The saying I was thinking of is that he would always have 3 things in consideration when deciding whether to take a job. And the 3 things were, is it going to reach a huge audience? You know, and therefore push me up in terms of exposure. Is it paid well? And is it with a bunch of people I really want to work with? And if 2 out of 3 of those are a yes, then he takes the project. But if less than 2 out of 3 of them are a yes, then he doesn't think it's worth it. And I always found that like helpful, at least in terms of trying to get more of a handle on whether I should be accepting or turning things down. Thanks for the thumbnail, Martina. This is great. Yeah. Ben XC says the only viable solution I could think of would be either Kickstarters or like a distribution company to help out with funds. Yeah, like publishers or something. Because even Kickstarter, like, you do a £30,000 Kickstarter and that pays you one artist for a year. So it's like, it's so expensive. Most Kickstarters I don't think would work out, especially if you don't have a huge audience like someone like Critical Role does. Vivsy might be able to do a Kickstarter though for as much as Critical Role.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Publicity, profit, and people. You found the 3 Ps, JJQ. Yeah. Like, even if it's not paid very well, if you're working with people you really want to work with, and it's a high exposure project, it might be worth it to take on. But if it's only exposure, then it's probably not worth it. And if it's got all 3, then Declan's like, if it's got all 3, I have to work on it. I'd be an idiot to turn it down.
Another saying Declan used to say is when you're working on stuff and you're seeing opportunities, think of them as like if you do a little thing, like if you make the right steps towards stuff, it's kind of like planting seeds of opportunity. Like,
are you sure this is something Declan used to say and not something you used to say? Because this sounds very Mike-ish right now.
no, this is a Declan thing. So like, say you help out someone on a project, but you like do it as a favor, kind of thing. Then later on, they might come to you for a collaboration that's like well paying or anything like that. Or say you if you take on one and it's like good exposure and good people, it could be a good time and stuff like that. But basically, it's like you're just along your career, kind of you're planting these seeds that will help you later. And the way he put it is that like over time, these seeds, you know, they'll grow into into plants, and then he's like, and once they're plants, and you fuck the plants. Yeah.
Basically just like be a good person and it'll come back round. Got it, Roger. So I've been looking at a lot of artists that I want to draw better. Like, that's a really bad sentence. I've been looking at a lot of artists that inspire me and trying to figure out what I can like learn to do from their art that's going to improve my own work. It's a better way. Those words go together better. So I've been looking at a lot of how people use colour. And I still don't know if I figured anything out, but I at least have some examples up on my other screen that I can pull up and use as influence to try and figure out how to paint this Swifty piece. Did he mean pollinate? I don't think he did.
No, it was very literal.
Bum bum bum. Do 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 do. Hey Lady V, how is your VPO going?
Try to give my eye a little bit of dimension. What do you think? Here's the other one for comparison.
Oh, look at that. that? You got a little gradient now.
Got a little gradient, yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
What? Do you like it, or you just? What do you
Well-
mean? I mean, it's cool.
Well, there's a certain look that we were going for. I don't know if this jives with the look that we were going for.
It jives. I like it.
Well, it doesn't really jive, but if you like it, you can do it even though it doesn't. It just might make the effect less of what we were going for.
You killing me.
Died. I mean, I gotta be honest. It's not about me not liking it. It's entirely about the fact that there's a certain style that we're aiming for, and that's not it. So, like, I think it looks good. So if you want to keep it, you can
I'm
keep
going
it.
to keep it.
But it is going to take you further away from the style that you wanted to go for.
That's okay.
Okay. Itchy's ruled us today. Wow. Hey, I'm just being honest. I like it, but it's not the style that we wanted.
Well, we want to have a cell shaded look, right? Like a
Well, we don't want
animated
cell
cell.
shaded. We want it to
Animated
look like
cell.
a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah. Well, they have.
They don't have gradients in their eyes. I can tell you that.
No. But they just have dot eyes and shit, so.
Yeah. So I'd either outline it to make it look like it's been drawn, or I would change it to a dot. I might even draw it so it's less perfect. And that would be on style.
How could you?
How could I? How could I
could
what?
you?
Spit
How-
facts? Speak the truth?
How could you?
Be honest? Yeah, I'm not being mean. You're just really bad at stuff. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I would never say that. The Doig and Swift agreed style. Kinda. We had like a talk about what we wanted for the stream when we were out shopping one day. And we decided that we wanted to try and go for a Saturday morning cartoon style. And the only way to achieve that look is to be consistent with the way that we render the characters, I think. So we can do stuff outside of that style. It's just a toss-up whether we prefer it that way or it feels like it takes us too far away from the style we're going for. Look at Doig doing the thing. You're giving it a drop shadow now.
Yeah.
Did you decide you didn't like the glow?
I don't know. I'm trying stuff out.
You're currently trying to figure out how to lay a fancy particle effect in Unity. If I do not return, it means I'm probably in a Yamcha pose on the floor. No! Lady V! Good luck. Version 2, we have cartoon Swifty Bird and hyper-realistic Doig Bear. It could happen. Watch this space, it could happen. Alright, I think we got our base in. So now we can start looking at colours. Let me turn this off. Just neaten up a few of these edges a little bit. And now let me try and get up some inspiration. Ba-do-dum, da-do-dum, da-do-da-do-da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-do-dum, da-dee-dum. Champions, thank you very much for the follow. Gotta go to my Pinterest. I'm gonna go to my profile. Have a look at all the things that I saved. Have a look at all the things that I saved. People using green in a really cool way. Having a look at all the things I saved. There's a lot of Legend of Zelda art. Turns out a lot of really great artists really like Legend of Zelda. And therefore there's just a bunch of really, really nice pieces.
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah.
Let me see. Boop, boop. Swifty, help him when. Don't. Don't. You love my sing. Oh my gosh, it's so bad though. Oh no! I clicked on Critical Role by accident. I'm trying to figure out how to pop out the chat and stuff. I'm just gonna put you over here for a second, chat. Like, just chill there for a second. I need to get a bunch of other stuff up on my screen.
That'd be poppin'.
Oh, your eye.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, cool. I got my reference up here. That's great. Oops. That would bring chat back over. Fantastic. There you are, chat. Hey. Oh shit. I made you full screen. There we go. Click on Critical Role. Now we need to watch all of it. Oh, the curse. You can't click on Critical Role without needing to watch it. Okay, let's see. Let me have a look. So maybe I should give myself more of a green base to begin with.
What do you think?
What do I think about what?
The eye.
Oh, yeah, I think it looks good. I definitely prefer it to the one with the green glow.
Yeah. It's a little less sinister.
It's just the green glow. I was never like, I don't know. I never felt like I understood why it was glowing green.
That's fair. Sometimes I do things I don't know why.
I don't know why. Okay, we got a green base.
We got a green base for a bird drawn green base.
Got a green base for the bird, got a green base.
She got a butterfly.
I got a butterfly sting like a bee. Oh, look at this sketch. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh!
Dark Vault. That's so cute.
Swifty was talking about like we should we should have a way that we can collect these. Can you submit this to our fanfare forum?
We have a form. We should shout about it more.
We should shout about it more.
So that we can collect all of the awesome art in one place.
Martina's yelling at me. It's in Discord, Doig. Is it? Oh. Well, we should still automate it, like with the form and stuff, in case we're not streaming and people do something and they want to submit it.
Yeah.
You added me.
Oh.
Okay, let me see.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go for it.
You collected the 2023 fan art. Because I asked. I have a sieve brain. I have a sieve brain. Oh my god. They're all here, India.
What should we do with them? I feel like we should put them all up on the ship somewhere. Right?
Yes. You know those portraits that you can get, the picture frames that have like, they can change what the image is in them. We should have something like that, like a gallery that kind of like constantly changing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With Doig and Swift.
I'd love to have them all up somewhere in the ship, you know? Yeah, Martina is the best mod. She's here every single day. She does things we like don't even need to ask. She's just like, oh, by the way, I did this. Like, fucking Martina is incredible, man. Almost every day. Pretty much every day. If you ever need a break, Martina, like, do you feel completely free? Gonna miss stream next week, dentist time. Oh no, not the dentist. Worst reason to have to miss something, going to the dentist. Farting ovation for Martina, yeah. Heck yeah. Nice. Pour one out for Martina. Pour out a fart. Beautiful. Thank you, chat.
Martina says, yesterday I uploaded a coming soon trailer for Heartbound. It's the swear video with a 16-second intro.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Is that because Thor was like, you can't swear in the first 13 seconds?
So you're like, well then, we won't. So can he?
Well, what did you fill the first 16 seconds with?
You're gonna have to find out by watching it, Doig.
Yo!
Yo?
Sorry, the stuff in the DM.
Which DM?
The Monster Party DM. Jacob got Onsta merch. He's scamping now.
Yo!
Yo!
I wanna see.
That's in Discord, dude.
I'm gonna have to go and look. It is the story of our lives. It has 64 kilobytes.
Swifty, your bird is darker than that. You know that, right?
Shush.
Do you want a lighter colored bird?
No.
Every time you're like, I'm a light brown.
Just shush. Pull it out for the Commodore.
Because you can be a lighter colored bird if you want.
No! I haven't color adjusted it yet. I'm trying to take influence from the paintings I'm seeing. And the paintings I'm seeing have extremely like light and reddish colors. So I'm trying. I'm trying something new. Don't judge my colors yet.
Yeah, but you do this every time you draw your bird.
But I'm only doing it this time because of this particular reason.
So
I could just paint them the way I normally paint them and then I'd paint them darker, but I'm literally taking influence from like this.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it like reddish.
Okay.
Oh, now I've all mucked it up. Oh. Oh, no, no. Oh. Oh. The mouse doesn't work properly. It doesn't want to do the thing.
What do you mean your mouse doesn't work properly?
Oh, pin back, please. Get on the tabs. There we go. Oh, no, I spent so long trying to set this up on my other screen. There we go. So stop hassling me.
Okay.
Trying my best.
I'm gonna try something.
What are you trying?
Go make you a lighter color.
Sweet, no!
What? Why?
I don't want you to have to change anything. Why can't you just take what I'm saying and believe me?
I mean, you gave yourself a light brown in our icon.
Scroll beneath the stream and tell me how light a brown I give myself.
I don't know. I'm not watching Twitch.
Hey, Kurzek!
Clear
Kurzek is
here.
here. I don't know what's going on.
Hopefully that doesn't echo.
Where's the Kurzek at?
Dude, it's a pretty light brown.
That I've drawn below the stream?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
The first image.
The first one, the Hayward, Doig and Swift, is dark. The other ones are not.
I mean, for me, like, sometimes it's a readability thing.
Right.
Because, like, you want to make it so dark that you can't see the line art. And I need it to be light enough to have good contrast with the line art.
I'm gonna change your texture and see what you look like.
Fine.
Look, the emotes are light brown.
No, like,
the one you've got there is light
I
brown. The
don't-
icon is light brown.
I
The
don't
drawings
mind-
you did underneath the
Oh my
stream are light
gosh,
brown.
Let me speak! I don't actually, like, mind at all. It's just that every time I do it, you call it out and you always tell me it looks better when I'm, like, a darker colour. So I'm happy to be a lighter colour. It's just you've always pushed me to make it a darker feather. And I didn't want to put work on your plate or imply that I was dissatisfied with the way that you've been doing the bird
Okay.
by telling you I needed it changed, because it doesn't matter to me that much. Scarlet Phoenix says, "Oh wow, you guys worked on Star Brigade. I love that animation. Thank you."
Not only worked on it, directed it.
Yeah, it was from our brain boxes, but we couldn't have made it without the incredible team. It was such a fun project to work on. I'm really, really happy you liked the video. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a good, small, close-knit team. We work
power.
together. We power.
We power. We did have L Power on the team. She's like a fucking incredible artist.
They live up to their name.
Yeah. Aha! Kurzek, there you are. Good morning. Good morbo.
Good Morbo.
I have to remember that the green is the shadows. I keep trying to, like, because I'm seeing the pink as a dark color, I'm trying to, like, use that for the shadows, and it's not.
This one's just called Hat. I don't.
Oh my gosh, the farts. Yeah, it's Morbo already. Morbin time. Goobo Morbo. Good Annie Morbo. Hey Renee, how's it going?
How's your rats?
How are your rats? I'm trying to colour differently to the way I normally do. It's hard.
extra V2. Photoshop. Okay. Photoshop. But not Unity. Okay.
Oops. Don't know how people have the patience for coloring things.
You don't know how people have the patience for coloring things. Yeah, I know. Feel that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you feel that in terms of like you could see how my brain works that way, or are you like, no, I feel that too?
I hate coloring shit, dude. It takes so long, and you have to make so many decisions.
No way, you don't. Do you really?
Sometimes.
Is that real? Lady Vignette says, I love this mint green, very nice, thank you. I'm trying, I'm looking at other people's art and I'm trying to learn to colour better. And this is where I don't know if it's right, if it's good, but you know. I'm trying. Why is it not working now? Hello? Oh, I've lost my paintbrush. Give it back. Yeah, colouring is hard. I agree. Let's try and get a little bit purple. No, I feel like no, maybe this is good. I don't know what I'm doing. And you know what? I'm learning. It's fine. Let's get some eye colour in there. Kieran needs to go look money holes. What's going on with you, Kieran? How's it going? Kieran is getting a job. Oh, good luck, Kieran. May good fortune follow you all of this day. I hope you get it, and if you've already got it, I hope it's good. A job. That's awesome. Look at all this good luck. There's so many good luck money holes. Kieran says, "Oh, deities of fortune, I beseech thee, I have an interview for a chef apprenticeship. Please grant me the strength, confidence, and calmness to knock it out of the park." You got this, Kieran. You can do it. We all believe in you.
Ta-da.
There I am.
I was like, oh, I should zoom out to see how it compares to like next to me.
What happened to you? What happened to you, Doig? Doig, what happened?
I forgot.
What do you mean you forgot? Please rotate. What is happening? Doig, what did you do? What did you do?
I think I was trying to create that emote that Kurzik and Martina were doing, but I did it as a joke, but I spent too long on it that I couldn't go back.
Oh, Doig. Oh no.
Fucking Crash Bandicoot looking ass. So yeah, I brightened up your texture. What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I like
It's
it.
different.
Can we get a comparison?
No. Well, sort of.
Well, I mean, look at me here. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Look at me at the bottom of the screen. Onster! It's an onster! Good morning, good morning. How's it going? I'm colouring in. What colour do you guys think my beret should be? Red. Okay, red it is. Kazakh blue. Kazakh blue is also pretty good. Let's try it red. I'll try it the same colour as the scarf. Colour her in full goth style. That'd be pretty rad actually, wouldn't it? Probably like that. Why is the brush not working? Brush, work!
I like it darker. I think it makes the blue pop more.
It does. I mean, it's more like my hair colour.
Yeah.
But can I share a concern that I have with you?
What's your
That
concern?
I've had for a while
Yeah.
over my design.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, maybe I'm not. But there's a part of me that worries that if we make my feathers too dark, then there might be a lot of assumptions that I have a darker skin tone than I do. And I don't want people to think that, like, I don't want people to come to the stream and think that they're supporting, like, an artist of colour, to find out that they're not.
But India,
Because
I'm
the
an
design
artist of
misleads
color.
people.
I'm just kidding.
You're a colour artist, that's a different thing!
Fair enough.
Yeah, like, on one hand, I understand, like, they're cartoon abstractions, which is totally fine. I just wouldn't want to mislead people.
Yeah, I've never once thought that though.
No? Is it this just like a paranoia that I've had that is just non-founded? Alyssa says, I appreciate the thought, but also I think animals are a little different. I mean, listen, Onster, if you think it's okay, then I guess it's okay. Maybe I'm just being paranoid.
Yeah, I think you're, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Eric says, I think you're overthinking it. Well, that's really nice to hear. That's relieving to hear, honestly.
Yeah, if we plucked your feathers, you'd be...
If we plucked their feathers, I'd be a bald little chicken underneath there. Okay, awesome. That's great. I think it was because, like, one time there was, like, a human drawing someone did of me, and they gave me a darker skin tone, and I was like, oh no, I haven't been given this impression to people, have I? In that case, I think you do whichever feathers you think look best, Doig, you go for. Caucasian feather colour. That would be a nightmare too. Just like having peach feathers. I would hate that. But you're a bird. Yeah, I'm a bird. Oh, thank you for hearing me out, guys. It makes me feel better to know that. Like, I don't need to worry about that. A bird in Technicolor. I would never want to be a goose. Those things are scary as fuck. The goose gang that waits outside the shop that Doig and I go to.
There is.
And they're really intimidating.
Was using AAVE. What's AAVE?
What's AAVE? Goose India. Honk. Playing Goose Game was awesome. I felt like I was wielding a power that I shouldn't have.
African American Vernacular English. Oh, I see.
Interesting. Yeah.
If someone has a model or PNG, I tend to just picture that sitting in the streamer chair.
Good. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Just see me as a bird. That's all I want.
I worked with a bunch of people for a year who'd never seen my face. It was really fun meeting them.
It's true you did. It was pretty funny when we went to Annecy and you met some of them and some of them just didn't know that it was you.
Yeah. There was one person I worked with that I didn't introduce myself to, and they completely ignored me, which was so on point for them that I was just like, I'll leave that there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me who that is after the stream. Aggressive avian violent energy. That's a goose. That's the perfect description of a goose right there. Here's a question for you guys. Would you be interested in unhinged Deltarune theories? If I was to do some shorts of unhinged Deltarune theories. But Dina says yes. Now, to be clear, even if they're completely unhinged, even if you really have to squint for them to be even somewhat plausible, always Santa's nest. Okay. Okay. Just
Imagine you were
checking.
right. Imagine you were right though.
What? About one of my theories?
Yeah.
That's why I do it. That's why I want to do it. It's like, okay, yeah, it's implausible, but what if I happen to write about something? Go forth unhinged. Jedi Cyberpunk says, I never thought Swift had hinges. Thank you. Thank you.
You can't be unhinged if you've never had any hinges at all.
Just say one thought says, just say every thought says Renee. One might stick. You see, that's what I'm thinking. What if? I have another question
What?
for people.
What? Oh, for people.
Yeah. I mean, for you too, though. Oh no, Lovesick says, I have so many Deltarune thoughts. I'm going to observe your words very thoroughly, India. Oh no, don't observe me. Don't expect anything well thought through. Please, no. Yeah. Zombie says I have 0 theories about Deltarune. The game isn't even fully completed, right? Exactly. Like, theorizing about something of which I have 2/7 of the complete story. I'm sure that it will go fine and the theories will be very sound. Anywho, the second question I had was, if we were to do a little Bird and Bear comic, what do you guys think it should be about? Because I was thinking of doing one for Thought Bubble and maybe working on it on stream. But the little problem that I ran into is the most simple thing for me to think when I'm planning out what to do for it would be the origin story. But I've already got that in rough boards, and Doig really wants it to come out as a storyboard and likes it as a storyboard. So I don't want to like step on that. So I'm trying to figure out what else I could do it on.
What about Doig bullying children?
Doig bullying children.
I like that one. Let's do that one.
Doig. Slice of life of the work of animators. Behind the scene of streaming life, playing with cats, adventures on the airship. I do wonder. I wonder how appealing that's going to be to people who, like, aren't on stream with us.
Why are you making comics for them? They don't exist.
Because that's who's going to be at Thought Bubble, Doig. People who don't know yet we exist are going to be at Thought Bubble. The process of converting the poor sweet jelly cats into fuel for the airship. Is my origin story an egg? Well, I mean, if you go way, 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 way back, I guess so. Hey, good morning, NQ, and thank you very much. Think about what you want to draw, come up with a story around that. It's not a bad idea. I find my think tank empty when it comes to Doig and Swift stories because they're just us. So
Yeah.
it's like, unless I'm going to do a real self-indulgent comic about my life and what I do every day, it's a little bit more difficult for me to come up with what I should be making it about.
I think it's maybe because you're trying to make it like
Wait, Zombie, no. Zombie, don't say it. Don't say it. Zombie says, I noticed something. Doig is this bear with antlers that shoot fire, and Swift is just a bird. just a bird. Just a bird. just a bird. Just a bird, eh? I have powers. I'm
you do actually. Yeah.
I'm more than just a bird. I've got powers. I am a monster too. Behold, I can fly.
Unlike other birds.
Unlike other birds. Looking at you. Wait, storks can fly. Penguins. I can can dance. I can dance. Look at me go. Have you ever seen a bird do this? I bet you haven't ever seen a bird do this. Do you know why? Because I'm special. I'm not just a bird. I'm not. They've rumbled us, Doig. They've rumbled us. They know.
This
Doig.
is but that's the
They know, Doig. They know. They know, Doig. Abort. They know. They figured it out. Ah!
It's kind of the exact conversation we had when we were first like character designing verbally with one another of like, oh, what do you want to be? Well, I'm gonna be a green bear with antlers. It's like, what should I be? It's just like, are you just a bird?
Am I just a bird?
It's like that comic.
Am I just a bird? I think I am. But hey, I'm a bird that hangs out with a bear with green with antlers.
That's true.
Eh? Pretty impressive. That's true, I am a lightning bird. I'll get powers eventually. Look, in version 2, I'm going to have so many powers, you guys don't even know. Doig.
Give you powers. Give you power. What do you want?
I don't know.
You got super speed and electric.
Yeah, make it more. I gotta prove them wrong. So how about a comic about how you murdered the mods and bound their souls to your bidding for eternity? And how they're fighting back against their oppressive antler fire bear and totally generic and ordinary bird. No! I'm not generic and ordinary. I'm more than just a bird. I'm a swift. It's a very special type of bird. Mythical, legendary. Just you don't even know the type of lore that swifts have. Worshipped for generations by probably some person somewhere. Bogus Larry lore. We need some bogus Larry lore. Oh, Kurzek, done. Take it. Done. Where's my corn chip? You promised me. I'm not just a bird. I got a yellow shirt. Exactly, you see? Darkfall gets it. Darkfall understands. Alistair says, give her a gun. I got my special powers, guys.
You're the shadow of the Doig
Not
Swift
just a bird
universe.
anymore, am I? Say it to my face. Wrestling Bro says, speaking of Doig, it's been like a year or something since I've seen you use your fire powers.
Yeah.
Doig lost his fire powers.
Yeah, I turned them off because when I fired it, it would just go towards the screen and then cause like flashing, which was not good.
Yeah, he had a thing where he could only aim directly at the camera.
I don't know why.
We couldn't stop it.
I'll bring it back. It's been like 2 years since
Yeah, I miss it. It was cool.
it was cool.
Bring it back.
It was very cool.
Sing it back.
What should it come back as? Do you think it should be like a 2D billboard? Do you think it should be a 3D particle effect?
I mean, you're asking me for technicals, and I think you're the best person to answer that question. So what would it work best as?
I don't know. It could be 2D animated. Could be a little pixel fire.
Yeah. Oh, Xenomenace, thank you so much for the subscription. Xenomenace says, gun powers. Give me a mech suit, make me a Gundam. Bye, Milky.
You just become the Gundam.
I am Gundam. I think we will give me some cool lightning stuff in version 2 though.
What do you want to be able to do?
I think we could tie it a little bit to emotions, which would be really fun. have some particle effects going off when I get mad and stuff. What do you think, Doig?
I think that's a really good idea.
Okay, cool. Darvolt says, make me think, with the power of being an animator, Swift could be a reanimator. In other words, a necromancer. Hey, it all starts with a little bit of lightning.
That's
It's
true.
alive.
It's a lie.
Bum bum.
Just checking the boy.
Checking the boy. Da 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 da.
Oh, it's the girl.
She's alright.
Go find another box, little one. That one's full of shit. We gotta clean the boxes after the stream, Swift.
Oh, Martina said you could make a comic about exploring islands and finding the Jellycat Island and totally not rip off the Shell Garden. I do like the idea of doing a comic about exploring the islands. That could be fun. Oh no, Lovesick! Your chroma, let me get it.
Yeah, cause the thing is like
Doig. Powers, antlers, fire magic, above average strength. India. Powers, causality manipulation, universe creation, fourth wall awareness. I like where this is going. Hold on. Thank you very much for the follow, Fishy Soup. Timeline control, nigh omnipotence, gunmanship. There you are. You see, you heard it here first. Loves it, gets it.
they
These
get
are all
it.
my powers. Look how many powers I have. Doig, did you see how many powers I have?
Yeah,
Doig,
yeah.
Doig, look at how many powers I have.
I saw it.
Doig, look.
I read
Look
it
at
with
me.
you. I was watching you
Doig,
read
look
it.
At me. Look at how many powers I have. I'm so powerful. Doig,
Yeah.
look at my powers. Look how many powers I have. Look
Yeah.
at them.
Yeah.
Look, behold.
Show them then.
I'm showing you.
Show me.
I'm showing you.
Demonstrate.
Here.
I don't see them.
Here.
I don't see them.
Just here.
I don't see them.
Look.
It looks like you're flashing me your
It's
chest.
me. It's me. Behold. It's me. Yeah, I did it. Basking in the admiration of you. Hey, where are you taking me? Ah! Doig's gone. I'm the new Doig. I'm the new
Sorry, are
Doig.
you gonna pee in the shower?
She's not gonna pee in the shower. She's just looking at it. She's just investigating it with her butt.
With her butt. There's something that I like about the placement of my. What are you doing? What are you doing? Placement of my eyes where they are currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are too low.
That's a sunbird. That's me. What a bird. What a guy. Oh, hey. It's Friday. How are you guys doing and what are you guys up to this weekend? Anything cool lined up?
The eyes also got to be bigger.
What a bird. You're gonna play D&D. That's rad. Oh, that sounds so fun. You made a stream schedule. You're gonna try it for the next 2 weeks. Oh, Onster says I want to relax this weekend. Hell yeah, Onster. You deserve it. Get some you time. About to be you. You're gonna turn into a bug. Hell yeah. Get that relaxation. You're gonna blast Friday night at work. That sounds fun as well. I like your style. Bug, bug, bug. The Barry stream put your Minecraft brain. Wait, what did the Barry stream have to do with Minecraft? Such a wide Kiryu. You're opening Pokemon cards right now. That's rad. I hope you get some good pulls. Heck yeah. They were talking about it for a bit and it made you reminisce. Oh, cool. I remember when everyone was playing Minecraft.
They're playing what, India?
Minecraft, mining the fishes. Building things from fishes.
Building things from fishes, huh?
Yeah, I got the cod pickaxe.
There's probably a mod for that, to be honest.
Fishes.
How's it going?
Oh, you know. What do you think?
I feel like the green is too opaque for what you were doing from your references.
Yeah. I think maybe the artist I was looking at my references, I think maybe they didn't do the green first. I think maybe they did the green second.
Maybe.
Having tried to do it with the green first, I suspect now
Brick.
that maybe they didn't do it that way.
Maybe.
However,
However.
I'm gonna merge all this down into one, and then I'll paint using the green to bleed it into some of the other colours, and I think that'll work a bit better. So I'm just blocking in at the minute. It's insane to see how much you all got done in an hour. Nah, I'm kind of taking it a little bit easy. This isn't very. I have a tea. I forgot about it. I was like, normally I'm drinking tea at this point. Where my tea? Oh, it's cold.
You've gone quiet. That means you're up.
Oh.
Remember that day last week or this week or at some point in the near past where you asked for a cup of tea and I put it down in front of you and I was like, are you going to drink it? And you're like, it's too hot. I was like, you better remember to drink it. And then you didn't.
I'm gonna go and make myself a new cup of tea. Is that okay, Doig? Am I allowed? Can I leave?
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
One of your powers should be to make yourself instantly a cup of tea appear in front of you.
I think I could heat up tea with my lightning powers.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work. I think I need you to heat it up with your fire powers. I feel like I would try and it would just explode.
That's why you need me.
Yeah, I need you. Alright, guys.
Yeah, put ice in it and make it iced tea.
I don't have any ice! Okay, guys, I'm going to be back in just a second. I'm going to get me some tea that's hot again, so I can drink it while I chat to you about what's going on this weekend. By shooting it with a gun. Use your gun powers, Swift. Use your gun powers.
I can't believe it's the weekend again almost.
I know. Isn't it frightening?
we were just after India thought 10 times 10 was 20. We were just lying. And what was it? What was the song?
Oh shit. Oh shit. What was the song?
The 1 week over.
No, it was the Christmas one. It was the week is done.
Yeah.
The week is done. The week is done. The week is done. You will never see this week again.
Yeah. Sorry for coughing.
The week is gone.
The week is gone.
Okay, all right. I'll be back in a sec.
You will never get that time back again. The week is.
So sad.
Why is it so white? You didn't stir it.
Right at the bottom. Strong tea here.
The tea is sunk to the bottom of the cup. And so it just looked like milk to me just now. Yeah, existential dread mode. I feel like I want to try and fix my undercarriage. I've tried several times and it never works quite as well as this one. Maybe I made the hoodie too low. People see specialists for what? Oh, my undercarriage. I see. The dumpy. Yeah, because I'm always rolling around. Damn it. How would I do it? I wish I could do that shit on command. It's so fun. Almost. Almost. Nope. Dog spitting as a screensaver. It'd be pretty good. When the dog hit just right. Oh, I shouldn't have hit jump. That might have been it. I'm off screen.
Oh, I'm back. I got myself some tea. Whoa!
I did it though,
Whoa.
but I'm off screen.
Oh, you still trying to do the breakdance thing? Wow. Hold on, Doig. Give it. There you are.
I failed. I failed. I did do it though, just now.
It's so hard to control this camera. I can do it. There he goes.
Fuck, I just did it. I did it off screen. Holy shit.
Skills. Break boy. Good job. Oh. He just landed very delicately and then rolled over. Oh. Is he going? Difficult to tell. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no, he's just on the edge. You what? Alright. I got my tea. So yeah, I can continue. I want to continue chatting with you guys about what you got planned for this weekend, what you got planned for today. How's your week been? Hit me up. Doig and I are still sorting out house stuff. She's been a little stressful, but you know, it has to be done, so we're trying to figure it out. Currently questing for solicitors.
Yeah.
Duper says gonna do more art fight today.
Dupus.
How's it been going so far with art fight? There's been a fair few people that I've seen participating in that. Oh, Dupus, that's okay. Things are looking okay at the minute. We'll tell you guys when we have something solid. Or are you planning to get read? Then let me read it now. I'm making chili dogs today and going to the fabric market tomorrow. Damn, that's so cool. That sounds lovely, Martina. Heck yeah, chili dogs. If they're good, then please recipe me. Because I want to make good chili dogs. Because Sonic eats them, and so I must eat them. That's the law. Love Six says, started streaming this week and I'm picking it up pretty quick. Streaming really disarms my drawing process in a way that removes the pressure.
Yeah, streaming's easy.
Oh, it's interesting. You find that streaming decreases the pressure on your drawings.
Don't overthink it. Streaming's easy.
Just follow the Doig model. Fuck around until you find out. Baking chili dog sounds pretty good, actually. I love a baked dog. Lovesick says, I'm trying 4 streams a week, 2 hours each. How have they been going? The pressure is gone. That's so interesting. So you find that you have more pressure when people aren't watching you draw than when they are. Dalval says streaming is stressful when I got no plan what to stream. They're definitely more stressful. When I end up with no plan what to stream, that's a word. That's the sentence. Just go with it. When I start with no plan what to stream, I often end up just chatting to people instead.
Yeah.
You've done 4 this week and they've been pleasant. That's fantastic. Good job, Lovesick. Let's have a shout out for Lovesick. So if people want to go follow and check out your streams, they can. Rico Manor says, me and a couple of friends are having a friend over from Britain, so we're hanging out tomorrow. Hey! From over the pond. Got an English person. Let me hit that follow button there so I can make sure I can catch your streams. Oh, no, don't unfollow. I guess I'm already following you. Scarlet Phoenix says, I've been trying to break into streaming, but I can't sit still for long enough to work out OBS. I mean, luckily, OBS is pretty easy. So,
Yeah, when's the last time you opened it?
I believe you can crack it. Even if you just do like 2 minutes a day, after like a week, you'll have it. OBS is literally just, can it see your screen? Do you have the codes for your channel typed in? All right, now you can just hit start streaming and it'll happen.
Swifty is OBS expert.
I am an OBS expert.
Yeah, when did you last open it? January? Before that?
I last opened it so that I could have it on my second monitor, mirroring my first monitor, so that I could flip something horizontally and be able to just look over at my other monitor to see the horizontal version of it.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And it made me so nervous because I kept getting scared that I'd accidentally hit the start streaming button and stream what I was doing. See,
It's Lady TVS, hello.
Ankin says, gonna be chilling in video games and also starting to pack up, getting ready to move house the week of 17th. Oh man, everyone's doing house stuff right now, right? Oh, Lady TVS, thank you so much for the raid.
Welcome in, everybody.
Hey, welcome.
The spin.
Welcome, raiders. Welcome, raiders, to the Doig Swift stream. It's a Doig Swift stream. It's him and me.
And ma.
And what?
And ma.
And Martina and Kazek and Hinka Pink. Streaming some art things. There you go. That's our stream introduction. What were you up to?
Streaming some art things.
Streaming some art things. How are you? Spooky game? What spooky game were you playing? A PS2 horror game. Was it Silent Hill? Was it Resident Evil? Was it Project Zero? Forbidden Siren 2 it was. Oh, Forbidden Siren 2 it was. I haven't heard of that one. Doug, you're just trying to show off your breakdancing.
Yeah.
You're really just like flinging yourself around the screen right now. He's figured out he can do this one thing, and now he's trying to do it all the time.
It's fun.
He's not very reliable in getting it. Yeah. Parkour! Parkour! Oh! Hardcore parkour. See, we were chatting about what everyone is up to this weekend and how everyone's week's been. Oh, Onsa says Siren is scary. Oh, Really? And Lovesick says in regards to the streaming, because Lovesick just started streaming this week.
Oh.
They say, I think the pressure goes away since my process demands I draw really fast. Most pieces for me take less than an hour. It often takes maybe half an hour to nail a strong start. I need the momentum, otherwise I flounder with really stilted, overprecious and arm-hurting process of streaming to at least one person makes me less inclined to tap into that preciousness. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. It forces you to move fast. Alice says, Doig, break it down. Scarlet Phoenix says, I haven't played Siren since I was like 12. I was probably far too young to be playing. And Seanman says, classic Japanese horror monster concepts.
Can't get it.
And Lady says, I had a pretty chill time playing this horrific game. Lady, what are you up to this weekend? I'm just drinking my tea while I take a short break from colouring. And then I'm going to merge all of the layers together.
Look, I got... This is what the eyes do when they're positioned at 0.
Ooh.
What do you think? Do you think they need to move a little bit?
Honestly, I was watching someone play and it got too overwhelming and messed me up for a bit. Left midway and never went back to the LP. Oh my gosh, really? Wow, that sounds pretty intense. Oh look, it's multiplayer Doig. You can tell it's multiplayer Doig because he's got his black scarf on.
There's something really good about... There's something I just absolutely nailed about the position of the eyes on this one that I've made them too friendly looking in the other one.
It's a lot to do with eye size, I think.
Yeah.
The larger you make the pupils, the friendlier you're gonna look. You see how it's just slightly bigger? Oh, Scarlet Phoenix says Siren has a really cool mechanic where you can see through the eyes of the NPCs and enemies. That's really awesome. It's been 10 years on oh. Oh no. That's so long. I'm sure you could go back to it now and watch it. It might still mess you up a little bit, I don't know. Very ahead of its time. It's pretty rad.
I don't know, man.
You know what? Before I merge these together, I'm going to add a little bit of variation. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's going to be harder to do once it's all merged together. The mechanic is called side-jacking. There is a blind character you control via sight-jacking his guide dog. Whoa.
Ow. Ow.
Are you okay?
I was trying to like move my foot, but my toes were getting caught on my trousers and it was sort of hurting.
Doig problems, am I right? Alright, little man. Jeez, oh. He wants to fly out of the window. That's his greatest dream right now, is we have a skylight that's open. And as an indoor cat, he's just looking at it like, I wish to fly. I wish to fly out of the window. Okay, so we can get a bit of variation.
Kitty one up.
I don't want the eyes to be part of that though. I should reduce the opacity of my brush is what I should do.
Kitty. There he is.
Oh, here he is. Hey, Kuma.
Hey, Kuma.
Hey.
He's a boy. He says hello.
Oh, that didn't adjust the opacity.
No, don't go away, little man.
Why Why don't I just do opacity for this? Maybe I need a different brush. So that I can adjust the opacity more easily. I don't really understand how some of the paintbrushes work, I guess.
Hang on.
Let's use that fun spongy at a low opacity. Try and get a little bit of texture. That's better.
I got them treats.
Oh, you got them treats.
I got them treats.
Cheat code to Kuma's heart.
Nom, nom, nom. You munch.
God. So many artists like super inspire me. Recently, there's so many incredible young artists who are just like,
You munch.
the way that they use colors and stuff is just so fucking cool. I want to learn how to do that. Let me try. Yeah, let's really up the opacity and get a lot of saturation in there. The hat is too dull. The hat needs more va-va-voom. Where is the hat? Where did I put it? There it is. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Every generation has amazing artists. Yeah, absolutely. The way that young artists are using colours, though, nowadays, they're using colours in ways I haven't seen used before. And it's super cool. Like, there's like a kind of overblownness and high contrast that is so styling. Like colours that you wouldn't think should go together get put together.
I love him when he does a little hop up.
Let me get these
A
legs,
little soft boy.
make them purple. It's a little soft boy.
Don't dodge me. I got no treats. I just want to pet you. No. No treats, no pets.
No treats, no pets. Could you give any examples? Yeah. So here's one that I've been looking at. I wonder if I can zoom in on this. Go to the ArtStation page, maybe.
Ooh.
Like the way that the sky and the leaves work here together, it almost like tricks your eye, right? The super high contrast between these greens and these oranges creates such an interesting effect.
It looks
It's
like,
like so otherworldly, but also like convincing in that the rules feel like they work, but you would never see this in nature.
yeah, I think it's the subsurface scattering around the edges of the like plants.
Mhm.
So it looks like they probably put down a base tone of like that warm orange first, and then filled in the kind of greens over the top of that, so it feels like the orange is still shining through.
Yeah. Let's just have a look at some of my my peens, so we can see. This is another good example of amazing color work. Look at this contrast between this blue and this red. Just like, oh, amazing. So gorgeous. The only thing with Pinterest is I wish that it was a little bit easier to find the original artist, because some people just pin stuff and the original artist kind of gets lost over time. Which I really hate. This is a real photo. Look at this. Look at these colours on this landscape. Are they amazing? What the heck? It's so cool. That's real. Look at this photograph. Yeah, so I'm obviously, as you can see, I'm failing, but I'm trying, and maybe if I keep trying, I'll get somewhere closer, you know? There we go. That's the layer I'm looking for. Use reverse image search to find the original sources. That's a good idea. I tend to just look at the comments because often people ask in the comments who the artist is. And then you can kind of hunt them down. But they don't always. I should remember that Google image search is a tool that I can use. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. That shadow didn't really work. I still have a lot to learn about colour. You recently discovered transitioning from a green to a red tone. Having a shading colour of purple for both works well. Oh, interesting. Super interesting. I feel like we need just a little bit of warmth down here on these pages. See, the actual green itself needs to change depending on what it's shading, is one of the things. So let's have a smack at that. Let's get some darker blues in here. Shawnman says, ah yeah, green complements purple and red becomes purple. Interesting. Man, there's so much to colour theory, isn't there? I should be using a softer brush for this, I think. Let me find one. I'll go back to fat and spongy. That's better.
That's kind of how I would approach that painting that you showed before.
Oh, Interesting. I didn't realize you were doing an example. That's rad, Doig. I'd love to do an album or something. The thing is, I'm not very good at writing songs. It's something I'm discovering. Because I don't quite understand how to layer up instruments, but I'm pretty good at coming up with melodies. I just find it really hard to construct songs around them. Doig being a colour wizard. Onster says, India, let's make a band. Onster. 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 Don't joke. Don't joke, right? You can't say things in front of me like, let's make a band, and then expect me to not immediately become absolutely infatuated with the idea and obsessed with it, and then completely follow through. Onster, if you ever want to make a band, I would be down for it. Just 1,000%, you know? You know, Onster is never joking. Let's make a band. Let's do it. I always wanted to be in a band. You want to make a band? Let's make a band then. Let's band together. Alright, I'm gonna merge all these and then we'll try and make it better. Oh, it's merged. We did it. You always wanted to learn to bass and sing. I know very little guitar, but I can do like rhythm sections. I can't do lead guitar or anything. I'm not that good at it. But I can do rhythm guitar. If that is a help. On says, Doig, you in?
Yeah.
Just super casual. Yeah. Let's make some cool, like, pop funk or something. Podcast says, Swift, your clothes are amazing. Aww! You's just flattering me, but thank you. Future funk! Yeah! This is gonna be real fun. And put together some jingles. Have you ever tried writing music before on stuff? I feel like I need someone to show me how to do it. Aw, Shaman, thank you. I still feel like they're not what I want. But it's fun. It's fun learning. Like, I'm having fun trying to figure this out. I like this bit up here where it's exactly like you guys said, the green and the red meet and this purple band. I think the purple band looks real nice. wonder if I can smooth this bit out a little bit. Yeah.
I think they also incorporate gray. That's what they're doing.
Oh yeah? Is that
Yeah.
what I'm missing? The grey element? Because you've mentioned grey a lot in the kind of colour breakdowns you do. People using grey against other colours to make it look like a different colour.
Yeah, like this gray at the top, top left.
Oh, right, that's grey on the green there.
Yeah, but it looks warm.
Doig is cooking.
Like that color on the top left.
It's amazing how it doesn't look grey at all.
Color relativity. Yo, Foxander, welcome in.
Hey! Good Morbo!
But yeah, a lot of what I do is with the layer blending modes, I create stuff that causes something unexpected and then I roll with it forward and then I just keep like seeing where it can go. Like, oh, what if we put in a really warm, like pink overcast? Cool. What does that do? Oh, maybe we can like use it to make it feel more dreamy. Cool. That's cool. And then stuff like that.
I'm noticing that this light blue with next to yellow is working and doing some weird cool stuff.
As soon as Photoshop added the thing that you could just like scrub through the blending modes and check like preview them, that was godly. It was a godly
That was
move.
it. That was it for you. You were like, my entire technique now hinges around this.
Yeah, like check out me colors, India.
Oh, they look so good, Doig. What the fuck? What the fuck, Doig? How you do this? Doig, how you do this?
It's blending modes, dude. That's the secret ingredient. Just fucking all the blending modes all the time.
Yeah, they used to burn people as witches for less than that, Doig.
Here's my layer stack. So I started out by saying like, okay, so it feels like the orange is what's kind of like showing like around the edges of those lily pad looking tree looking things. So I was like, okay, let me establish some lily pad shapes. Then I plotted in some like, oh, rough greens. That's like the more opaque, like subsurface scattering is when light goes into a volume of an object and can penetrate so far into the object that it also bounces around. So like if you put your hand in front of a torch and you can see the red, that's subsurface scattering. That's basically light entering your skin, bouncing around and making it glow. So it happens at the edge of objects because that's how far the light can go in. So that's why it doesn't, that's why your whole hand doesn't glow, is because it goes like your flesh and your meat and your bone and everything is too thick for the light to get through. Around the edges, that's where it can do it. So that's why when you're painting a leaf or a tree, it's not fully green. There's those like yellows and like those oranges in there, is because depending on the light, it's shining through the leaf and it's illuminating it from inside, and that's why it feels alive and bright and vibrant. Whenever you're painting a plant or everything, you gotta remember that the light is going through it, because they have to photosynthesis, so synthesize, so they have to let light into them. so that they can grow and live, and that's how they get the food.
Photosynthesize.
I think then I was like, okay, so the underside, let's bring in some like bounce lighting from below for the blue. Then I was like, okay, let's get some of that glow around the edge, and I also pushed the sky color brighter. Then I like knocked in a dark color just to up the contrast. More glowy.
So is this the kind of stuff
More
that you would do
blue.
on Kazazimoto
Yeah.
when you were working as colour? Well, the art director you're working as, but you were handling a lot of the colours.
Yeah. Some of the stuff in Makuzi was established. So it was me just making sure that we hit things. But then when I was doing a
The
background,
directors wanted.
yeah. So then there's like water below maybe. So blues and purples. Then I added shapes, but this is on like a subtract layer. On normal, it's like, well, it's like that, but I want to show some of the color showing through it. More greens, putting the extra shapes. Bunch of other painting just to try out some of the oranges. Didn't like how messy it was, so pushed it back. Adding in that gray green again. And then I don't know what these are. Blank, I guess. And then that dreamy pink over the top. It's just a gradient.
Dreamy pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doig is a colour wizard. Doig just farts and beautiful colours come out. And I labour for days and like manage to get something kind of halfway to where I want it. He's got the spider sense, but for colours.
I wish Hue Shift just made things look beautiful in every spectrum, but
What are you rambling about?
I was trying to hue shift it and make more palettes, but like it's fucking with the
But it's not. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I see. I did it lower in the layer stack. There we go. Neato.
You're neato. I need to head off. Trying not to look too much like a villain with the underlighting. Wonder if I should lessen it.
This reminds me of that time you were painting the Zelda piece.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're approaching the light as though it's like an opaque color change rather than it feels like the like your feathers are being illuminated green.
Yeah. I'm working on it. It's hard for me to tell when I should be doing dark versus like when I should be doing opaque versus translucent colours. It's difficult for me. Like if you look at the reference I've got up right now to try and figure this out, figuring out when they let the colour bleed in from the you know, how much of it they let bleed in, when they let it bleed in. It's hard. Like, I think one of the big things is that they have the colour,
Underneath.
the green colour completely change depending on whether it's over the shirt, the pants, the skin.
Yeah. So it's like the green is additive.
So that's what it makes it look like. Whereas I think mine is like, just feels like it's a blanket green over everything.
Yes, I think that's what's making it feel opaque. Like if you had,
So trying to figure out what kind of green to have here is hard. This is slightly better green.
like if you have your like local colors like this, India,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were to apply like a sort of like transparent green, like your brain sort of believes that these are these colors being lit by something,
Uh-huh.
because I think the green changes per object.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why, because you started with green and you kind of colored it at the top, it doesn't feel like the green is interacting with the surface as much.
So what if I copy you and I just go this and then this and then this. Oops. And then this. And then I grab my green. I do that.
Yeah. Yeah. See the difference?
I'm still trying to. Give me a sec. I'm trying to figure out how I want the green to appear first.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be more like that,
Yeah.
which
Could be
would
more
then
like
give
that.
me this, this.
Interestingly though, with that like blending mode or that color combination, the adding the green to your feathers makes it look darker.
Mhm. Which is probably what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a shadow and it's coming across like an underlight.
Oh, okay.
It's hard. Art is hard. Like, if I was to copy this image and bring it in. Okay. And now let's look at the values.
Yeah, it looks like if they are like underwater or something, the bright patches are like when the light, like the caustics are actually hitting, and the rest is kind of.
Is color what I'm meant to be on?
Have you got black and then color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so despite the fact that the green on the skin is super saturated, it still is darker than the skin. So it's still reading as shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas mine isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's a problem.
Could be.
Could be. Let's see if I can do like a quick fix. Select a bunch of the green. Okay, cool. And then I want to deselect all the things which aren't the feathers. Since you've been gone, out of my head can't take it. Okay. So we got that. So I want it probably more like this. We also get my black color box and just bring it over so we can check the read on our shadows. Yeah, I think that's feeling a little bit better. It's still very close in value. Very close in value.
Value.
But I can fix that potentially. The difference from the green and the yellow shirt though makes a big difference. Yeah, right? We're doing a learn. Oh, do I have this? Sorry, I had to deselect. I had it selected and didn't realise.
You might be looking for something that's kind of like this combo.
And then we can maybe bring in a bit of the lightness past that shadow boundary. Oh, I guess it would be more like bounce light, wouldn't it?
I would watch Doug talk about color all day. I would pay to take a draw along class with him.
Would you guys be interested in something like that? If we were to offer some kind of Doig color class or something? Yeah.
Oh god, tutorials. Tutorial.
Tutorial though.
No, just
Like
ask me
a
questions.
stream. The way you could paint along. Or something.
I'd be up for that.
Would you?
I'd be up for a more free-form, ask me specific questions. I'll try and give specific answers. But actually, like, pre-prepping a class, I'm less interested in because it's so much thought and work.
Yeah.
Like,
What kind of things would you be willing to do in the class? Would you be willing to look at people's pieces and critique?
yeah. Yeah, for sure. So it's almost easier to have a base. Like, you giving me that reference earlier was like, oh, how would I do something like that? Okay, here, let me throw something together.
Yeah.
How would I light what you're doing? Kind of like this.
It's hard.
A fully voiced tutorial series on YouTube with a script sounds great. No,
Hey, you've got one of those coming.
it's
just gonna
taken
be
me
a little bit-
2 years of fighting the Vipo tutorial.
And fighting me as well. Fighting both of us. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to leave. I forgot. I have to head off. But I'll work on this more tomorrow. And maybe we'll be able to get to a better place. I like the way that the hand came out. I just don't like the way that the face came out yet. Maybe I need to go for some stronger shadows on the face. Like maybe I want to actually have the hand cast a shadow over the hair like this. So I can block the face in more.
I think a lot of the paintings and stuff where people look at the color and they're like, wow, they almost tend to like, it feels like people fucking around with exclusion and luminosity layers.
I think that actually immediately makes it more readable.
Nice.
to go with a more cartoony take on the colour. But yeah, anyway.
Exclusion more so.
I didn't want you closed yet. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix what I've just pressed on the computer, so I'm gonna leave. It's dragon time. There's a dragon man. Kill him!
This sort of thing where you get like the green and the purple and stuff.
Oh. Alright, we'll do a Doig colour class. Maybe think about how you might want to make it into a gym.
Oh, I see.
No,
See how
no,
it is.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just if you were going to.
You're just super saying.
I'm just super saying. Alright, Doig, let's vamoose.
I'm having fun though.
I know you are. But you can continue to have fun off stream.
That's true. Fuck all you all.
You enjoy it far too much. Ooh. I think Doig just likes playing with colour. Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we're going to head off and see Gwilym. So until next time
May the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Take care, everybody.
Have
Goodbye.
A good weekend.
Bye.
Did you see my shoe? I don't know where it is. I have no idea what my mother's doing.
Here we got a raid. Let's go see who it is. Adventure. It's Doig and Swift. Hey, welcome on in, everyone. My name's Gwilym. Welcome to the lair. Sorry, I've got a bit of a stuffed nose. But let me welcome on in, everyone. Who's here? Shaunaman, Draco Fox, Pain Gamer, Snowtwig, Rico Manon, Schnubear, Kozak, Martina, Dark Vault, Dupus, Lady TVs, Doig Swift themselves, yeah. Little Puffing, Xenomanus, and Resting Bows. Hey. How's it going, everyone? Welcome on in. Welcome to the lair. So let me just catch up on chat in just a sec.
I am a great magician.
Yeah, my clothes are, what's that? Asexual. Hey, yeah. Happy Pride. Belated Pride or Disabled Pride Month in the US as it is in July. So yeah, I may have a button I can push to to break the stream. No BB, yeah, welcome on in. Really interesting setup for your avatar. I appreciate it. Yeah, and you all came over from a stream that very, very heavily inspired mine, which is Doig Swift.